And the spirit of Ultimate Warrior will run forever!
Kyle here, and it is Sunday, and you know what that means. It's time for weekly purchases, that time of the week where we investigate what came through the door via DHL, Amazon, UPS, United States Postal Service, FedEx, and of course, that old outlaw, that cagey outlaw to the north, old Waylon Jennings. Any banner week for weekly purchases this week. A lot of stuff through the door. Big Bad Toy Store coming in hot from their Super 7 sale. We'll talk about some of that, but a lot of stuff this week in weekly purchases. Actually filming this week's video a day earlier than normal as I am headed to Chicago with the wife and the kids. Oh my gosh. We're going to the Days of the Dead Festival there. A lot of cool stuff going on at the Days of the Dead Festival. If you're in Chicago, I guess you might see me around. Say hi if you are there for that. Apparently next door there's a big sports card autograph type thing going on as well. Who knows? I might have to get a picture with Ricky Henderson and Dennis Eckersley. They are going to be there, of course, from the 89 A's. But where is one Terry Steinbach? Hopefully Terry Steinbach is clanking around the building and I can get a picture with Terry Steinbach. Wouldn't that be something for the channel? But hopefully it should be a really good time this weekend over there. A lot of fun stuff to come from that on the channel as well. So stay tuned. You're not going to want to miss what's going on in Chicago soon on the channel. So stay tuned. Make sure you subscribe to this channel and the other YouTube channel, as I always do say. Well, let's get some housekeeping out of the way here before we dive into some of the other stuff that goes on. Of course, the weekly purchases, question of the week, all that kind of fun stuff. But let's kick it off with a little Patreon. Of course, the month of November, the Patreon giveaway. Santa Batman, the McFarlane Toy Store exclusive. That is the giveaway this month. So if you want this one, check out the old Patreon. Patreon, a heck of a value. You get all the videos early, bonus content, exclusive content, giveaways, Q&As, pizza reviews, dog stuff. You name it, it's going on over there at the old Patreon channel. Check it out. Support the channel. There you go. And, of course, we got the other YouTube channel, Kyle Peterson 2.0. You want to subscribe to that because there is going to be live streams on there in the very near future. We're going to do a live stream probably every Thursday night. There's a lot of content going on over there and some surprises into the new year. So there is going to be some stuff on that channel. There already is daily, of course. Hardest working guy on YouTube, like a young James Brown, as I always do say. But there's a lot going on and live streams will be happening. But speaking of live streams, got to give a shout out to my buddy Travis Moody over there at the Toy Kinda Mood. I was on his live stream recapping Ringside Fest. Hopefully some of you guys checked it out. I saw some of you guys in the chat getting your questions in there. But I was over there with My Damn Toys, the wrestling figure news source as well. And Travis, and then Ringside John was on there as well. So we kind of broke down all the stuff, talked about what we wanted to see, talked about a few different things. So check out that live stream if you did miss that. Always a good time being over there on a Toy Kinda Mood, talking wrestling or G.I. Joe from time to time as well. So shout out to them, give them a follow. But let's recap the week that was here. And speaking of Ringside Fest, we did, and when I say we, I mean I did do a Ringside Fest recap video going through everything with my thoughts, things like that. So check out that video if you did miss that. 35,000 subscribers on the YouTube channel. Thanks to everybody for subscribing out there as always. Always appreciate it. Top 10 rock figures is what we did, but we did the top 10 Mattel rock figures. I started off doing all of them. I said, you know what? Too many rock figures. I'm going to go just Mattel for this one. Maybe we'll do a Jax one down the line. Stay tuned for that, I guess. There you go. Kurt Angle, Bobby Lashley, Bianca Belair, brand new WWE Mattel Ultimate Editions. Unboxed those on the channel this week. A lot of good figures. The Ultimate Edition's an interesting road right now, especially with 3 in a set, plus all the ancillary ones that are coming. There's just a lot of Ultimates. Ultimates just don't feel as special as they did multiple years ago when there was just a little bit of amount every year. Now it seems like we're getting bombarded with them. I think a little of that shine is wearing off, unfortunately, on those. But we'll see what happens in the future Ultimate Editions. But we got 3 this week unboxed on the channel. We also did our weekly Jax Classic Superstars video every single Tuesday for multiple years now. We've been doing those. Check that out if you missed it. Hook came. Somebody sent Hook, sent him to this channel, and we have the Ringside Collectible exclusive Hook unboxed out on the channel this week. Check out that video. Did a little bit of retro style figures with the Godwins and Savio Vega, of course, from Grapplers and Gimmicks. Check those out. Also unboxed Bastion Booger, Heels and Faces, of course, Zombie Sailor. We unboxed that one. We did a little junk shop dog unboxing with Tiger Mask and the late great Terry Funk. Unboxed both of those on the channel, 2 all-timers once again. And don't forget Demolition Big Rubber Guys. We did those as well. So a lot of miscellaneous wrestling figures this week outside of the Mattel AEW stuff. But I did really enjoy the Big Rubber Guys. You guys know that's really speaking to my age bracket, I guess, with the LJN style figures. I'm here for that. Little He-Man action this week, the brand new Masterverse, new Eternia and Masters of the Universe Revolution, easy for me to say, figures. We unboxed Skeletor, Teela, Man-at-Arms, and Trapjaw. So check out those videos if that is your thing. Also unboxed some brand new Spawn figures. The Reaper, oh, don't fear the Reaper, like a young Buck Dharma of Blue Oyster Cult. We unboxed that this week. And then, of course, our second YouTube channel. And why do I say our? It's my second YouTube channel, unless somebody wants to join in. But the second channel, we had a Firestorm for the DC McFarlane line, Superman and his Supermobile, once again, DC McFarlane. The worst, we got the Robot Reaper and the Black Falcon, 2 worst Ultimate figures. Really enjoying that line. One I liked a heck of a lot more than the other. I guess check out those reviews if you're into that. We did a top 5 G.I. Joe animals of all time. The animals of G.I. Joe. And somebody in there said, hey, you know Polly, Shipwrecks, of course, Parrot Polly. Hey, why are you saying it's a she? It's a male. I'm like, in what world is Polly a male? I have never once in my life thought Polly is a male parrot. It is a she. It is Polly. Pollyanna, there's a short for that. But you guys sound off in the comments. Is Polly a female or a male parrot? All day long, female. All day long. You'll never convince me otherwise. I'm not going to change my life now. I'm not going to change it. There you go. We did our Turtle Tuesday unboxing, Super 7 Ultimate Edition, Donatello. So Donatello joined the club of that one. But heck, Turtles not just for Tuesday anymore. We unboxed the brand new NECA Foot Enforcer, which I did find at Best Buy. We unboxed that on Kyle Peterson 2.0. We also unboxed Savante Romero. Very devilish, very evil type character. Unboxed that this week. And then, of course, per the course, 2 different toy hunts this week, 1 on each channel. Kyle Peterson, the channel you're on right now, every Friday a toy hunt, every Monday a toy hunt on the other channel. Check it out, subscribe to both channels, a little bit of something for everybody, as I always do say. A lot going on and a lot to come in the future. Getting towards the end of the year, I'm starting to put my top 5, top 10 releases together. Who's the best of the best for each category. Of course, they will all roll up into one final video, probably in January sometime. But right now, I'm thinking about 25 different top 5, top 10 lists. Whew, we'll see. I'm going to try to get a bunch of those done next weekend with the Thanksgiving couple of days off there. I'm going to try to hammer it out. We'll see if I can do it. No rest for the wicked. No sleep either. No sleep on top of that. So there you go. But now we got to turn our attention over to the question of the week. And this week it comes from Seagull13407. Kyle, what was the last video game you played? Oh my gosh, and that's one thing that drives me nuts. Obviously, I've played like Pac-Man or something in an arcade game, things like that, but back in the day when I actually played video games on a regular basis, the last video game I played, I had to rack my brain and go back and look. I believe it was PlayStation 2, and it was Red Faction 2. It was the second in the Red Faction series. I loved Red Faction 1. Red Faction 2 was the last game I played, and that was probably like 16 years ago. Unbelievable, but that's what happens when you get in that working world and you're cranking out the hours and you're cranking out videos and you're just cranking left and right. You got to be cranking something. So I haven't had time to play video games, and I've said it to everybody that says, what are you going to do when you retire? Like, people say they're going to be bored. I'm like, man, if I ever got to actually retire, man, I got a list. I got like a scroll that I would list out. Like, here's all the stuff I'm going to do. I'm going to take dogs on a walk every day, every night. Going to play with them in the afternoon, too. Dog's going to get a lot of attention. Going to play the guitar for an hour every single day. That's one thing I miss, playing guitar on a regular basis. Get back to playing the guitar about an hour every single day. Couple hours for video games every day. Couple hours to read a book every day. Probably watch more TV. I'll probably find some TV show. Who knows? Maybe I'll have time for some movies, things like that. Who knows? Maybe there's a Red Faction 3 and I can just pick up where I left off like 30 years later or whatever it would be. But that was the last game I played. Would absolutely love to get back into video games. I just do not have the time, unfortunately. Just nowhere near the time. But man, it was always a fun, nice kind of stress relief kind of things to do, something to do, no doubt about it. Obviously, video games are huge these days. But one day I'll get back into it. It'll probably be PlayStation 25 by then. We'll see what happens. But that was truly the last video game I did play. It was Red Faction 2. And of course, I beat that game. I saw it all the way through. That's what you got to do. So that is the question of the week. If you want to be question of the week, let me know. Sound off in the comments below. Ask me whatever you want, and we'll possibly answer it next week in weekly purchases. So put your question down in the comments to be question of the week. Now we got to turn it over. We got to get down to it, the weekly purchases. All right, let's kick it off. Round 1. Weekly purchases look like 3 rounds this week. A busy, busy week through the door here. But let's start off with a little He-Man and the Masters of the Universe. How about a little He-Man cartoon collection? We got Man-at-Arms, got Skeletor. So expect these unboxings next week sometimes. 2 really good looking ones. Of course, we unboxed He-Man and Beast-Man on the channel already. Very excited for these 2 to finish out wave 1 of the cartoon collection. You guys know, love some He-Man here on the channel. We did talk about some Ultimate Editions. I haven't unboxed this. I'm going to do this after I film this. I'm going to unbox this one. It is Bobby Lashley Ultimate Edition. Pick this up at Ringside Collectibles. Use discount code Kyle. Save yourself 10%, as I always do say. And of course, we did get Bianca Belair. Already unboxed her this week, as you guys saw. And of course, you got to have the man, the myth, the legend, the return to the Elite line. We got Kurt Angle here. So we unboxed Kurt Angle and Bianca this week on the channel. Bobby Lashley soon to come. So some new Ultimates through the door this week. How about an old school Lucy here? I've been playing the like 20 plus year long game at this point. I've been needing this in my collection loose. I have it mint in box as part of a box set, of course. But now finally got a Bone Cruncher I've been needing for my loose collection. It is one of my all-time favorites. It is the man, the myth, the legend. It is Cactus Jack Mick Foley. I've needed this loose forever. Finally found a minty loose one for my collection. What a time to be alive, no doubt about it. Got that this week. But we're not done with wrestling figures this week. How about big rubber guys? Check out the review on the channel. These came through the door this week. I got the Axe, and you can't have Axe without Smash, unless you have Crush, I guess. But I did get Axe and Smash through the door. You guys know I love my LJNs. I love these big rubber guys. I'm all in on all these ones. A lot of fun ones to come here in the next few months. Of course, we'll unbox all those on the channel all day long. Give me more big rubber guys. I'm here for that, no doubt. And then a little basic. You know I dabble in a basic or two. Always have, always will. And this week I did get this through the door. Another one I can't wait to unbox. Hulk Hogan Series 142 with the new articulation. Warm up, getting ready for a match. Hulk Hogan. Here for that all day long, looking good. And of course, you know me. I love an Intercontinental Champion, especially the greatest Intercontinental Champion of all time. Honky Tonk Man Gunther. You guys know Walter Gunther, an all-time favorite of mine too, back to the Indies. Been a big fan for a long time. He made some disparaging comments about our Ultimate Warrior this week, saying he's not a wrestler, all this kind of stuff. Come on, what are we doing? What are we doing? And I heard, I don't know, somebody fact-check this, but I did hear Gunther, maybe I'll get Jesse Ventura involved, but I did hear Gunther, he was trying to work an angle. He wanted to work a match with the Ultimate Warrior, and on that bump show, they had to, hey, he's dead, you know, he died like 5 years ago. He didn't even know Ultimate Warrior was dead, but he was trying to work an angle to get a match with the Warrior, I think is what he was doing. Not sure why he needs to throw the Warrior under the bus, because I say it all the time, and think about this. Think about this. I know somebody here watching this saying, Ultimate Warrior's a terrible wrestler. Well, what is a wrestler? What is a beer delivery guy? What is an insurance salesman? What is a job? Think about that a little bit when you think of the Ultimate Warrior. Would you rather be paid for working an hour or 8 hours, or would you rather be paid even more money to work a 30-second squash match? And guess what? Have no injuries at the end of your career. You're not disabled and crippled and stuff. All day long, Warrior, a smart businessman. I don't care what you say. Think of his collecting. Going with Jax, going with Mattel, saying, hey, guess what? I will sign this contract, but give me these limited edition items that I can sell for buku bucks on my own. Smart businessman, working 30-second matches against Andre and night off. A very easy match. Is he the greatest wrestler? I think he might be. With the paychecks he was cashing, the time he spent in the ring, and of course the lack of injuries on the back end, I gotta say Ultimate Warrior, a pretty good professional wrestler if you ask me. Maybe the most professional wrestler. Shout out to Brian Myers as well. So there you go. A little of that. A little soapbox action. And then, of course, finishing off with another all-timer. Top Dollar. Oh, yeah. Top Dollar in the house. First time in the line. Last time in the line. But I did get him. I'll be picking up the rest of the crew as well along the way. So that's the wrestling portion. Got 2 more rounds of weekly purchases. Whoa, 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 stop the clock. Hot off the press. I guess we're not done with wrestling. I had a little stack I forgot about, but I did pick this week up this week at my local Target store. I said I kind of want to display a different look for this one, so I did pick up another Malachi Black, just chilling at the pegs at my local Target. Picked this one up along the way, so I did pick that one. And then, of course, I ordered from Ringside this week quite a few different things. What did I order? I ordered something we all need in our collection. I'm doing my part at the end of the day. Had to get an Adam Hangman Page. How about that? Cowboy Hangman all day long. It's almost Western wear season for me. Dangerously close. In the next couple of weeks, we'll have the Western wear going. I have multiples of this figure. Now I have another one. And I also might have another one right here. And you know what else? I felt like I needed another one right here. And then I said to myself, Kyle, you're not done yet. You should probably get at least one more. But then I said, you need a safety stock one. So then I went to one more Adam Hangman Page. So I did pick up 5 of these from Ringside Collectibles. Of course, using discount code Kyle, saving myself 10%. And they were only $3.99. I said for $3.99, there's a lot of fun I can have with these Hangman Pages. That is the deal, steal of a century. I'm going to open these up, and I'm going to hide these at friends and family's houses. I'm going to put them on like their mantle. I'm going to put them somewhere. Who knows? Maybe some special individual might even get my head on one of these as I hide them around for the holidays and stuff. So Hangman Page coming in hot this week. Malachi Black as well. All long live the Western wear. All right, time for round number 2B, we'll call this one, of weekly purchases. And through the door this week from Amazon, since I do not have an Ollie's near me, I didn't get to take advantage of the hot Ollie's sale, but $24 shipped. Pretty good deal if you ask me. It is the Fortnite motorboat. Not exactly sure what I'm going to do with the motorboat, and I was on the motorboat one time 2 years in a row. Shout out to the Motorhead Cruise, the motorboat, Captain Lemmy steering the ship. Slayer was there, Anthrax was there, Testament was there, Megadeth was there, plenty other bands were there as well. A good time was had by all, especially me, getting to sail the 7 seas with Captain Lemmy. But Motorhead motorboat here today from Fortnite. I figured, why not? $24, that's about the size, the price of a G.I. Joe classified figure. And who knows, maybe it'll look good with those figures. So I finally pulled the trigger on that. Got to get a deal out there all day long. Then I went to Entertainment Earth, and of course, once again, used discount code Kyle to save myself 10%, and then anything over $79 does ship free. I actually had 3 different orders come in from Entertainment Earth this week, and I always say, go to the outlets and deals section of their website, as they have some very cheap figures, and some of those cheap figures can get you over that $79 barrier, and that's exactly what I did this week with some other things. And that it does help out, because a lot of times it'll be $18, $19 to ship. Well, I ordered a $3 figure that got me free shipping. You save that, and you at least got a figure out of it. So pro tip out there. But I did get some of these DC Direct figures very cheap, about $10 each. I did get the Atom, of course, the Atom right there. And then I got this one here, Heat Wave. So an interesting one from that Flash era set. Of course, we unboxed the big Gorilla Grodd from this wave. Check that review out if you did miss that. We got those 2 guys there. And then I was talking about those cheap figures. Well, then, of course, I unfortunately made a mistake. But this one was down to like $3.29. Then you take 10% off that. But that's who it was. It's the Penguin. A lot of people using customs for Paul Heyman on this one, which makes sense. The problem is he's just way too big. He's a very tall figure, 7-inch scale, of course. But a lot of people turning this one into Paul Heyman. But I said, for $3.29, I guess I'll buy this one to get free shipping. But I didn't pay close enough attention, and I accidentally ordered 2 of these. So I apparently put 2 in my cart. I guess I should check my receipt. Maybe they just sent me 2. They said, take this away. We want these out of here. I don't know, but I do have 2 of these now. Not sure what I'm going to do with this second one here. Maybe a giveaway, but is that a giveaway? It's like one of those giveaways nobody wants. Entertainment Earth, take this from me. We don't want this anymore. So we'll see what happens. But I got an extra Penguin. There you go. But on top of that, how about Batman Hazmat Suit, $3.99, I believe, at Entertainment Earth. Picked this one up just for the heck of it as well. This got me free shipping for another order. So, got to get a deal out there all day long. How about that? And then I did find this. I was on a tour this week. Yes, I was on tour with the band, or I was driving to work and touring around the state and stuff. But I did have some travels, and I said, I better swing into this Target, see what all the fuss is about. There's always fuss going on at Target. I don't know about you guys. It's either fuss because there's a lot of stuff on the shelf, or there's fuss because there's nothing going on the shelf. So one way or the other, there's fuss going on. But I did finally see the Flashpoint Wonder Woman. Not a fan of this figure from first impression. Maybe it'll excite me out of the package, but I got this because of my boy Cyborg in here. Needed his head to complete that Build-A-Figure. And also this week, conveniently enough, I got this, of course, but I also got this off of eBay. This was from that god-awful Aquaman figure McFarlane came out with. I got the Cyborg chest, midsection piece. I did not want to spend $35 to get that Aquaman, so I actually found this for like $18. That is cheaper than the McFarlane toy, so I am okay with that. Now I can finally complete this Cyborg, so I will probably do an unboxing video on Kyle Peterson 2.0. Check out that channel. Make sure you subscribe. I'll unbox this. I'll get Cyborg put together. We'll do kind of a twofer review right there. So look for that on the channel sooner rather than later. And then if you guys have been looking, Entertainment Earth, Big Bad Toy Store, Ringside Collectibles, all the hits being played right now, a lot of deals to be had all over the place. So if you're a long gamer, take note, take stock, get a piece of paper out, say, okay, it's cheap here, it's cheaper here, this is where I'm going to go here for this. You got to plan it out. You got to do strategery, as they do say, but you got to take a look for some deals. Big Bad Toy Store having daily deals. There was a figure I've been eyeing for a while. I just wanted to pay like $150 for it. Well, they had a flash sale for $59. Said, you know what? I'm picking that up. It is Darkseid, of course, from the Beast Kingdom line. Darkseid. So I picked this one up. There is not a McFarlane as of this time that I enjoy for Darkseid. I want a more classic-y Darkseid, if that makes sense. And this one is close enough to that bill for me. And it looks like he even shoots lasers out of his eyes. So I could have some fun with the dog shooting lasers at him from Darkseid. We'll see what happens there. But I did pick this up from the Beast Kingdom line. $60, a heck of a deal if you ask me. So Darkseid through the door this week. Oh, we can see right through there. I didn't even open it yet, but there it is. Interesting. How about that? But we did get Darkseid through the door. So there it is. There is round 2B of weekly purchases, or call it 3, whatever you want to do. We got one left. Let's get to it. All right, it's time for the big finish. Round number 3, 4, 7, 12, whatever we are at weekly purchases right here. But this week, it's all about the Ultimate Edition. It's all about Super 7. Shout out to Super 7. Why not? But we do know Big Bad Toy Store has a heck of a Super 7 sale going on right now. Check out the link in the description down below. Head over to Super 7. If you're on the fence on any of these Ultimates, now is the time. I looked through that list of all those Super 7s, which we unboxed here on the channel, and I said, oh, I could have saved $25 here, could have saved $50 here, could have saved $40 here. Oof, it hurts the wallet to look at. However, on the flip side, there is some stuff I've been long gaming that I finally jumped in and picked up, and that's where we are here for this round of weekly purchases. We're going to the old Silverhawks. We got Buzzsaw right there. And shout out to good friend of the channel, old Jeff George. Him and I have been talking Silverhawks. He's the one that convinced me to do these. Peer pressure at its finest. We're working our way through those episodes very slowly, but we're just waiting for that Copper Kid. That's going to be the game changer figure for the Silverhawks. But we did get Buzzsaw here. And like I said, shout out Jeff George. I'll be seeing Jeff this weekend, so be ready for that. There it is. Monstar this week. Oh my goodness. How about the Transformation Chamber? Everybody needs a Transformation Chamber. Got that through the door this week. How about Quicksilver? Not just for X-Men anymore. We got Quicksilver this week. We got Steel Will. Oh my. Steel Will from Silverhawks looking good. And then we got Windhammer. Probably the one I'm most excited for. I like the looks of Windhammer. Looking nice there. And the hits keep on coming. How about Steelheart? Oh, there it is. Like 80s hair metal right there. Steelheart. Bluegrass, a popular one. Of course, everybody loves Bluegrass, an all-time favorite right there. And then the final piece of the Silverhawks, we got Monstar Limbo Mob Kingpin right there. So Super 7 coming in hot from Big Bad Toy Store. Extremely cheap compared to original prices on these Silverhawks, and you got to get a deal. Now, Silverhawks to me, that's no Thundercats. It's no Turtles. It's no Worst Line, but for the price, you can get all these right now. I couldn't refuse. I'm going to check them out. Not sure when I'm going to get around to unboxing these. Maybe after Turtle Tuesday is done, or maybe it'll be Silverhawk Sunday. Who knows what we'll do. Still got Gargoyles to unbox as well, so there's a lot to do. And you know what Jerry Reed always says? We've got a long way to go and a short time to get there. And old Jerry, he's never been wrong. In this case, right once again. Shout out to Jerry Reed. But we're not done with Ultimates. I said, you know what? At this price, I'm going to pick up a few more of these. It is the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Mousers pack. I think there's 5 Mousers in each one of these. I said, you know what, I'm going to pick up one of those, and why not? I'll get 2 of those. So I got 2 Mousers this week for my Turtles. Of course, Turtle Tuesday on Kyle Peterson 2.0, unboxing all the Super 7 Ultimate Turtles, 1 each week. Check out the videos, a lot going on. But we're not done with Super 7. Some new Super 7 stuff through the door via Entertainment Earth this week. I did get one of the Reptilians. I got the Reptilian Warrior. Got to get the other 2 still. Big box on this one, but I got the Reptilian Warrior through the door. And from the new Turtles line, I got the brand new Shredder, looking good in his purple colors. And then Genghis Frog as well through the door this week. So some more Super 7 Ultimate Ninja Turtle stuff through the door. Here for that. Here for more Thundercats. Here for more Joes. I'm hoping those Joes are coming very soon. We know Mighty Morphin Power Rangers Series 3 is coming very soon. I'm a little excited for some of those as well. Some good stuff coming from Super 7, and I'm here for it. I'm here for it, and we got a lot of work to do. Or I should say, once again, I got a lot of work to do here for some unboxings, but you know how it goes. No rest for the wicked, as we always say. Like a young Randy Castillo or Ozzy or Zach Wilde, whoever you want to say. There's just no rest for the wicked. And it's going to be a busy weekend for me. Hopefully a busy weekend for you guys. And of course, if you're in this part of the world, you've got Thanksgiving upcoming right here. So hopefully everybody gets to enjoy next week. A lot of people having a long week next week. Shout out to you guys. I wish I was in the same boat. But I do got some things up my sleeve. I might have a little excursion next week as well. Of course, my Chicago excursion this weekend. More on that on the channel, of course. But then maybe something special. Maybe, dare I say, some investigative reporting like a young Jesse Ventura and his conspiracy team. I may send the B-roll footage to Jesse and see if he wants to restart the show and I could be one of his field reporters. Shout out to Jesse Ventura. We'll see what happens. I'm going, I think, to where Jesse used to live and still does live for this investigative journalism. So stay tuned for that. Could be an interesting video for a lot of you guys and gals out there. But there it is. That is the weekly purchases. What are your thoughts? Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. But more importantly, what did you pick up this week? What did you find out there? Did you take advantage of this Super 7 sale of a lifetime, a generation? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget about the question of the week. Stick that one in as well. And that's about it as far as weekly purchases. But don't forget to like this video. Don't forget to subscribe to this YouTube channel and the other YouTube channel. We got 2 channels going, if you can believe that. We got videos every single day on both of them. Of course, both channels do roll up to the Patreon. Early access to both channels' videos. Bonus stuff, giveaways, Q&As, dog stuff, pizza reviews, you name it. All going on over at the old Patreon. And Patreon, your best way to support the channel. You can also support the channel at ProWrestlingTees.com. Search Kyle Peterson. Big sale over at Pro Wrestling Tees. Long Gamers Mount Up. That's another one if you want to get some deals out there. And if you're not going to buy my shirt, get a Terry Funk shirt. Terry Funk needs more t-shirt sales, if you ask me. I want to walk to like the mall one day and see everybody wearing a Terry Funk shirt. That's my dream. That is my dream. But we'll see what happens there. But make sure you check out Pro Wrestling Tees for their big sale for Thanksgiving. And then, of course, don't forget social media, SirPaul64 on the X like a young ZZ Top. And then _Kyle_Peterson on Threads and on Instagram. So for the weekly purchases, you know what I'm doing? I'm rocking and rolling, strutting and strolling my way to Chicago. See you guys all real soon.